It looks like a quiet stretch of water, muddy, slow-moving, and bordered by reeds. But this site has drawn pilgrims for over 1,000 years. It's not flashy. There's no grand cathedral here, no towering spires, just the Jordan River and a small area along its bank. But for millions of believers, Qasr al Yahud isn't just a historical spot. It's the very edge of heaven touching earth. Because here, many believe, Jesus was baptized. Qasr al Yahud, located in the West Bank near Jericho, is one of the two traditional sites of the baptism of Jesus. The other is further north in Jordan at a site called Al-Maktas. But Qasr al Yahud holds something different. Its name means Castle of the Jews, and it sits in a region heavy with ancient echoes. This is where the Israelites are believed to have crossed into the Promised Land. This is where Elijah ascended to heaven in a whirlwind. And according to early Christian tradition, this is also where Jesus stood in the waters of the Jordan, where John the Baptist looked up and saw the Spirit descending like a dove. For centuries, Christians from every denomination have visited this spot. It was closed off for decades due to military conflicts. It's in a sensitive area near the Jordanian border, but it reopened to the public in 2011. Since then, Qasr al Yahud has regained its place as a sacred destination. Not just for tourists, but for people seeking spiritual renewal. You'll see pilgrims dressed in white robes, stepping into the water with reverence. Some are there to be baptized for the first time. Others are there to remember their baptism, to feel again that same water that flowed around Jesus as he emerged and the heavens opened. For them, this isn't just about ritual. It's about standing in the place where divinity and humanity met in a new way, where Jesus began his public ministry, where the voice from heaven declared, "This is my beloved Son." The site is simple. A few steps lead down into the river. Flags of various nations fly overhead. Monasteries and chapels, many of them Orthodox and Catholic, stand nearby, still scarred by years of abandonment but slowly coming back to life. The quiet hum of prayers, the gentle splashing of water, and the raw desert landscape all around. It makes you feel like you've stepped into scripture. What's extraordinary about Qasr al Yahud is not just the ancient tradition, it's the living presence. Whether or not this is the exact GPS location of the baptism, something sacred happens here every day. Hearts are softened, commitments are renewed, faith is awakened. Pilgrims walk away different than they arrived. And there's more. Just across the river lies the Jordanian side, visible only a few meters away. It's a reminder that spiritual boundaries don't always follow political ones. That water, that river, links believers across time and space, across conflict and geography. The Jordan River has never been grand, it's not wide, it's not clear, but it holds the weight of centuries. And at Qasr al Yahud, it invites every visitor to step into something bigger than themselves. To feel connected not only to Jesus, but to the entire story of God meeting his people in humble places. If you've ever felt far from God or unsure of your path, standing here changes that. It reminds you of how Jesus began. Not with a miracle, not with a sermon, but with surrender. With stepping into water, with saying yes. Qasr al Yahud may be off the usual tourist trail, but it's one of the most sacred footprints in the land. One that continues to draw the faithful, not for spectacle, but for the quiet power of presence. If you want to keep discovering places where history and faith come together, subscribe to the channel. There's more to uncover and more stories waiting just below the surface.